Okay, this one is based on the teaching I remember. This is such a sweet one. I do not know how many of you dads identify with being in full-time ministry or with being a pastor, but if you have children at home, you are absolutely a pastor. You are a shepherd. And that's just by nature of the father. The father is a shepherd, and you are a shepherd when you are a father, which is a pastor. And so, it's really easy for us to get frustrated and mad at our kids that they're not learning, they're not getting it, they're not doing things. But oftentimes, there can be foolishness and rebellion, and there can be selfishness and immaturity and all of that. But a lot of times it's because a child just doesn't know how. A child just doesn't know. Some children just need the teacher to come alongside and help them a little bit more with the one, two, threes. Or I know I had the hardest time with time, telling time. Kids nowadays don't need to do that because everything is digital. That telling time was at 5, 10, 15. It was so hard for me. And I remember my teacher just coming to the front of the class, and she got the class busy on something else, and she just sat Indian style with me, and she said, "Lisa, today you're gonna tell time." I was so frustrated. I was so discouraged, and she just worked with me and mentored me. Come on, that's how you need to see your role as father. What I love about this is fathers seeing where their child is falling short or needs to grow or has room for improvement. It could be something with school, it could be something with siblings, it could be with remembering things or with chores, it could be with being respectful to their mom. It could be, doesn't matter what it is, but you have eyes to see. We want to take my child from here to here. We want to help them grow in that area. And so you take the wristband and you write whatever it is on there. Excuse me, part of it could just be identity too. If you have a child that laments, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, or nobody likes me, or different things like that, do the wristband with that. And you're writing out the truth or the statement. And then many times throughout the day, so this is a great thing to do over the weekend when you're home, and obviously you have more access to the child throughout the day. And you're simply saying, check the time, check your band, what does it say? And you're like, what happens then is the child's like, oh yeah, I belong. And as they say it, it gets rewritten on their brain. I'm kind to mom. Oh yeah, I'm kind to mom. And they're saying it, and then they become what they're declaring in those neural pathways in their brain. And this is how a father just comes and sits in the front of the class in the family room, comes alongside a child, mentors and shepherds and teaches to help bring that child Take, bring that child into greater growth. Take the area that maybe frustrates you or annoys you or discourages you the most with that child. What is it? And now flip it with a behavior that you do want. Write that on the wristband and then go after it for a whole weekend. And the other thing, dads, is I just want to say this. It's really important that you are showering words of affirmation and words of approval while you are going through a season of growth with your child. Hey, I see you trying. I see you being really patient. I saw effort there and calling out the good and not just the less. All right, be blessed by this and watching your children grow in their capacity. I dare say that this particular teaching is really good for really little toddlers. Check your band. What does it say? I listen right away, and get that in their brain. But it also works for older children. It works for teenagers too. And you know what? If you don't want to do the wristband, take a little Sharpie and put a little dot on their wrist and be like, check your dot. What does your dot mean? Come on. And if you go back to work, on Monday, send mom a text, or if they have their own phone, send a text and just say, check your band, check your dot. What does it say? And even throughout the day while you're at work, it's kind of a cute little thing between father and child. Be blessed.